Now, the West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has released provisional results of candidates who sat for the 2018 Basic Education Certificate examinations. That announcement was made a bit late last week. In a statement signed by Agnes Tekujo, Deputy Director Public Affairs at WAEC, the council said it is in the process of dispatching the results to the schools through the Metropolitan, Municipal and District Directors of Education. Now, the question that we're asking following this is, has all the schools received the results? How about placement? Because it's when we get the results that students are placed into senior high schools. When we get to the senior high school level, something different is happening. The double track system. That has also brought about extra teachers being required for some of the schools. So this morning, I'm speaking to the head of public relations at the Ghana Education Service, Cassandra Chum Ampofo. She's going to answer all my questions plus yours. So if you've got questions, please send it to me via WhatsApp and regular text. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming again.
Thank you for having me.
So let's begin with the BECE results. Yes. Where are we with the process? Because when you get the results, you place.
Yes. And so it was released on Friday by WAEC. And so we are yet to receive the subject by subject analysis. What we are, or the stage we are now, is the preparation towards placement. We are cleaning. You know, the other time I came here, I talked about the confirmation of schools. Yes, and the deadline was 17th of August. And so we are still clean. We had a lot of issues where they complained that what they chose wasn't what they really had or saw. So we are cleaning the bio data and then the choice file. Okay. So what is left is the merit file, which is the result to get to us. And then quickly, once we get the data, it's a software within I mean, a day or a minute, we can just click and then we'll run the placements. Okay. So we are preparing towards placement, and when we are done, we will announce.
Are you working with any timelines?
Yes, we are. We are. You know, when we said the second and third years will be going to school on the 8th of September, we also had in mind of preparing so hard that the green track will also go with them. And so we have that timelines, we have that as our focus, so that we will ensure that the green track definitely, if anything, all things being equal, they also go on the 8th.
Okay. All right. So the issue with the placements, working on it, but then we received a statement signed by you yesterday announcing something that a lot of people have asked questions about. So let me just read that statement that you issued. It's on the screens right now. And it says, the Ghana Education Service informs the general public that it is recruiting graduate teachers for the senior high schools as part of its arrangement for the launching of the double track system. Interested applicants should log on to www.gespromotions.gov.gh. A charge of 5 Ghana cedis applies. And then you said for further details, they should look at the daily graphic of today.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So on the back of this this release, let's talk about how many teachers are you looking for, and what kind of qualifications do they need to have to apply?
Okay. So in general, we are looking at recruiting 8,872 staff. Because in GES, we have our teaching staff and then non-teaching staff.
Okay.
But for now, we are looking at the teaching staff. So we are looking at those who are graduates or first degree holders. If you are done with your national service as well, you can apply. And then, of course, once you have interest in teaching or you have interest in joining the Ghana Education Service, I'm sure by now you should have also registered for the licensure exams. Yes, with so the NTC.
So that's the famous exams that you said
exactly
people would have to write.
Yes, you would have to, because once you have interest in teaching in GES, by now, because now they will be writing the exams on the 10th. It's between 10th to 12th
of September.
So if you have not even registered and today you have decided to even apply for recruitment into GES, it means that today you also have to decide to log on to the NTC site and then register for the exams.
Don't you need the certificates before applying? Or once you've written the exams, that's good enough?
Well, The certificate already, they have it because they have completed their school.
And I'm talking about the examinations that you write. Is it NTC you call it?
Yes, NTC, that's the National Teaching Council. Yes, they are in charge of standardizing the teaching profession.
Okay, but you need a certain certificate from them, correct?
Yes, so when you write, it's about to start. We have not started, so they're about to start. So this is the first licensure exams. Yes, so for now, and then we are also recruiting because of the double track. So we don't have any of such in the system. Okay. But you should have registered. Or if you have not, you can still apply and then register. Okay. By the time we call you as an employer, if you are recruiting, you definitely would also have to test you, have an aptitude test or something. By the time we get to that stage, you should have, gone through that process. So if you are a graduate and then you have also completed your national service, you can apply. And the subjects are also many. I think virtually all the subjects in the senior high school, but I can run by you some of them. We have accounting, agric science, equiapimtry, animal husbandry. We have applied science, clothing and textile. When it comes to TVET, we have building and construction, automobile engineering. We have vocation like basketry. We also have biology, math, science, English, computer network, electricity, electrical principles, a lot of them. All subjects in the senior high school. Okay. We have painting, picture making, plumbing and gas fixing, because it's also for technical, yes. Production management, printing technology, jewelry, Kasem, Dagbani, tree, integrated science, government, geography, ICT.
So all Islamic, the courses, basically?
Yes, basically all the courses. Okay. But there are limited vacancies. Some we are only requiring about 20, others 50, others 600, others 800, depending on the subject needs. Remember, the last time I came on your show, I talked about the timetabling process that we were going through. So that helped us to indicate or to know the subject needs for each of the schools. So now we are recruiting for specific schools. Okay.
You also indicated in that release that you're looking for cooks.
Yes, we are also looking for cooks. Yes, that's our emphasis, cooks and other non-teaching staff. Once the number has increased and we are needing more teachers, of course in the boarding house we need more hands in the kitchen. So cooks, and then we'll have pantry hands.
So all that category is also under the Ghana Education Service?
Yes, they form part of our non-teaching staff. Yes. So, but for them, they are not going through this website application, online application. Okay. We will announce their process later.
But you have very limited time. You say the deadline is 1st September.
Yes, when we get the, it's 1st September. When we get them and then we quickly run the test, we will also announce. You know, we didn't want to create any challenge because there are some of the cooks that when it comes to IT or in terms of their background, they are not really up there. So you can't just bother them to apply online. So we have a different mode for them, but it will be announced. But for now, our concentration is on the teachers.
So in all, how many people are you employing?
We are employing 8,872 staff.
And you have clearance in terms of money readily for them?
Yes, yes.
Because we don't want the issue of people have been employed and they haven't been paid for 3 months and they are running to us, the media, and saying they haven't paid us.
Yes, you are right. But you know, this has been part of the minister's presentation from day one, indicating that they have budgeted and we have money for this number of teachers. That is why we know, we are clear, we are sure that there's money for the number, the 8,872.
So deadline 1st September. When would people begin to receive phone calls to say they've been shortlisted?
Soon. Once it's an online and then it's an online thing, and they would also be leaving their numbers. Quickly, they will get the shortlisted people would get their messages as to when the aptitude test will be done.
And I see also in your statement that you say you can post them to wherever you think is necessary.
Yes. You don't tell us where to post you. Where your services will be needed is where we'll take you. So you are posted in the interest of the service.
Okay, but you know that also comes with accommodation issues. Indeed, you've had issues with accommodations that you have not even settled with. So what's the plan for these 8,000 plus that you're about to employ?
Yes, so I said the other time, it's a collaborative effort. Definitely, our assemblies are also aware. And most of the senior high schools, some have accommodation. And then, of course, for the senior high schools, we are lucky. We have a lot of them, not many of them, let me say, can really be found in the very remotest parts of our country where they have challenges with accommodation. But again, we are looking at, I told you, Mama V, the other time, that it is not really only our job. The assemblies will also have to come in and help with the infrastructure, especially where the teachers will stay. And we are looking at all that so that wherever they will be sent to, they will get a place. Again, they need a sound mind to teach.
Okay, but if you post me and there's no accommodation, I can refuse it, right?
Well, there will be accommodation, but if you refuse, you want employment, and you have been given one. And so if you refuse, I mean, it's your own decision to make.
Okay. Yeah. All right, I'm asking you to send me messages if there's anything on your mind that you want cleared up, then you can send me a quick WhatsApp or regular text message so Cassandra can answer you. There's a question coming through, not sure, I'm just going to read it exactly as it has come through. Recruited staff, when are they bringing their staff IDs and possible payment of all salary arrears and not 3 months? Okay, so I think this doesn't have to do with those that you're about to employ, but this is a question for continuing teaching staff.
Well, you know, even those who were employed or were given appointment letters in March, a lot of them have been paid. Those who even complained that they have been paid a month or two, I know we have, solved it, and this particular month, we know controller has, paid us, and so we know that we wouldn't have that problem. Even with them, the limited recruitment we started last year, and they were given appointment letters in March. They have been paid.
So you hardly have issues with the 3 months arrears?
Yes, well, I wouldn't say we do not have. We have, pockets of them. Okay. But sometimes it is not really the fault of GES. It may, government has given the clearance, we have employed them, it gets to controller and all of that. But you never can, you don't understand some of these things. But we also look at it when they report.
Okay, yeah. So my attention has been brought to the fact that the site is closed. So when are they opening the site? That's the gespromotions.gov.gh. Is it supposed to be open?
Yeah, it's supposed to be open. I'm surprised it's closed. Okay. Because they have been working all night. As at 2 a.m., I called the technical person in charge, and they were working. He even took a picture and said, Cassandra, look, we are working. And then he sent a video. We are all here. And then so when I told, I sent this around 3:45 a.m., the release. And so when I pushed it, and then they started monitoring. And then they told me that, oh, now we have 3 people assessing.
Okay.
We are sure that they will come on after 5 because it is dawn. So they were monitoring. So I'm surprised.
So maybe it's the traffic.
Well, it's the traffic because of the timelines. Because it's going to end on the 1st of September, which is Saturday, just a week. Yes.
But why are you charging 5 cedis?
We are charging 5 cedis because, one, you have to buy the e-voucher, and then the forms that you should have, traveled to the education offices to buy and then fill, we have uploaded online. And so uploaded at what cost to you? 0? Well, we are going to work on it, but basically it's the e-voucher code. When you go through, you get a code to be able to access. It's just like buying a PIN code or a scratch card somewhere. Yes.
So that's why you're charging 5 cedis?
Yes, it's 5 cedis.
So the question is, why should I pay for applying for a job? You know how it comes across?
Yes, but again, I told you that it's the e-voucher. You have to buy the code. We could have also designed.
What are you doing with the code? I buy a code for what exactly?
The code helps you get access onto where the forms are to be able to access and then fill.
But even when I pay 5 cedis, I am not guaranteed a job.
Well, it is part of the process. You can decide. Again, it's a decision you would have to make.
Okay. So I'm getting a question that says, if the person who is creating the e-voucher has been paid to create the e-voucher, so why do I have to pay for the e-voucher?
Well, one is an online thing. Definitely, it comes with a cost with the internet services charge, people working on it. I told you there's a team. I talked about
so this is something that the Ghana Education Service cannot absorb. So you're passing on it on to the person who actually doesn't even have a job, who is hoping to get a job.
I don't really get it.
I know that it's because, you know, one of the things that we try to do is, if you're applying for a job, don't pay money to apply for a job, and to think that you have to pay 5 cedis, whether it's e-voucher or, you know.
Mama, they are not really paying for a job. It is just to be able to buy the code and get access to the form. So for me, I don't think they are paying for applying for a job.
Okay.
We could have asked them to buy the code somewhere. Maybe with a scratch card, something there, you go and pick a scratch, you get your code, and then you'll be able to go into the system at no cost.
All right, let's read some few messages, and we have very limited time, so maybe 2 more, and then we have to wrap up. This one says, I tried star 800 star 25 hash to check my brother's results. They took my 1 Ghana cedis, but they never gave me feedback. Kindly ask PRO why the problem is. From Somed Tikuma Kumbungu sending this message. That process is over, right?
That process is over, but you know, if the money is not deducted, there's no way you will get a message. So once the money is deducted, you should get a message. So I'm surprised if your money has been deducted, the message should come. Yes, confirm the message. That's the display of the 5 schools that you choose. Once the money is deducted, you should get that message. So I am surprised he did not receive the message.
Okay, this one says, can you still apply if you're already teaching in a basic school? And if yes, do I have to sit for the licensure exams?
If you're already teaching in the basic school, it means that you're already with the education service. And so for them, if you want to move to the senior high school, we have our process. That is why this time there's release and assurances going on. You only have to look for an assurance in the senior high school. You think there is vacancy. And then when you are given the assurance, you apply for release from your district or from your basic school to that place. So for you, it's an internal, structure. Okay. There's no point coming to, worry those who want to come in and block their chances.
So just go through the structures.
Yes, just go
through. So it's like a promotion.
Yeah.
Okay. This one says, why is GS refusing to employ teachers with Bachelor of Education in Basic Education with much experience to teach at the SHS and rather looking for people without experience?
Bachelor of that BA Basic Education. When you do BA Basic Education, it's basically you have been basically trained to teach at the basic level, unlike those who have specifically done a particular subject like Bachelor of Education in Science, Bachelor of Education in Maths, maybe BA English or Bachelor of Education in English. These are specifically trained for senior high school. The moment the basic education comes, then you limit yourself. And so you would have to upgrade to move to the senior. Either than that, it has to be JHS and below. And so if you have basic education, you can't be there.
Okay.
Yes.
This one says, Mamavi, please ask Madam how she expects the new recruited teachers to rent a place for that short period. I don't think that's what she said so far in our conversation. This one says, is placement for JHS pupils out?
No.
You don't place them, do you?
We do place JHS, the candidates who would move into the senior high school, but we have not placed them yet.
Okay.
When placement is done, definitely we would allow so that they will check.
Okay, this question is asking for emphasis. Says, so without the NCC exams, we can't register?
You can register, but again, now that you need a license to teach, it will be proper to register. You can.
Okay. This one says, can anyone with any program background at any level apply for this policy? What is the minimum qualification then? I think we've talked about it. She's been clear. This one says, it seems some of the regions are not aware of this recruitment of graduates. They've not been given the authority to employ. Can I know the exact procedure to follow, please?
Well,
you're recruiting from national.
Yes.
Is this supposed to trickle down through the regions?
Yes, that is why it's an online application. So they are to log on to www.ges promotions.gov.gh. And so when you log on to the site, that is where you buy the e-voucher card and the process begins. And because it's online, nationally, wherever you are in this country, you can apply.
Okay.
And then you submit.
Okay. Small money you give me so that we can be doing the adverts every day. You are not giving me. See, people are not getting the message.
My director general is watching.
People are not getting the message in the regions, but we reach a lot of the places
absolutely
where it can't easily be reached. So DG, you are watching. I beg you, give us some of the money so that we can be making the announcement every day on the show for you. This person says, please ask the PRO whether we are supposed to write the license exams before you qualify to be recruited for what? Amofa Eric in Cape Coast is asking. You write the exams first before you are qualified to apply?
You know, our deadline is 1st September. That is Saturday. The exams will start on the 10th and end on the 12th. So definitely we would have to apply first. So DG even told me that the form that has been uploaded, there is a portion where you'll be asked, have you registered for the licensure examination? Okay. Yes or no? You understand? So there is a portion that you have to, if you have registered, fine. That would be an added advantage in this era of licensing. You need it.
Yeah. Okay. I get you. This one says, please ask her if someone already registered on NAPCO, can you still register? Okay. It's not my question, so I can't answer. I can't answer that. This one says, I want to know if graduates from Polytechnic are to apply. We've talked about qualification. This one says, what happens to the newly recruited teachers when the double track system is no more?
We have the numbers in the system already, and so we'll still need the teachers. The same numbers, the huge numbers that we believe that we don't want to overburden the teachers, and so we need to recruit a lot of them to add on. So the students are there. Once the students are there, the teachers will still be working.
Okay.
Yes.
Lots of questions. Somebody asking if you recruit diploma teachers from college. But the thing is that I don't want to ask all the questions right now. I want Cassandra to come again. This time with just a little money, and then, you know, we can even open the phone lines and let all of you ask all the questions that you want to ask. Any last minute comments just before we wrap up?
Yes, I would say thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to talk to the world. And it's a limited recruitment, so people should take note of the timelines before they come at us.
Okay, yes, I'm waiting for your SOPI. Then we can have the conversation again on Friday.
It will surely come. It will surely come.
All right, Cassandra is the head of public relations of the Ghana Education Service. Hopefully, we've been able to deal with some of the questions that has been bothering you. But if you really want to apply, I think the time is now. Do it quickly so you can be assured of a job. And think about it. They'll post you anywhere they deem fit that your job will be needed. So think about it before you apply. Stay with us. Ketsi Awake Purified Water will bring you some showbiz.